Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's so annoying. The first second I sit down to try and film, the sun is blazing in through the window. On Snapchat today, I asked you guys what sort of video you would like to see, and so many people want to see a makeup starter kit. I'm gonna go through the products kind of quick enough, but I am gonna give a slight explanation as to why you would use them or why I recommend them in a starter kit. If there's any more questions that you have regarding any products I mentioned in this, please write them down below and I will answer them. I do have a lot of beginner makeup tutorials which I will link down below if you're interested in them. I always recommend priming your face. A primer is something you put down to maybe fill in pores or maybe give a little bit of a luminosity or make your foundation last a bit longer. The one that I recommend is the L'Oreal Magic Nude Blur Cream. I applied this just with my fingertips and I just kind of press it into the area. It just allows my foundation to go on top of my primer and smooths it out. My foundation looks amazing when I use a primer, and this is my all-time favorite one. Like, it's not necessary to have a primer, but if you do want your foundation to last a bit longer, I do recommend it. A foundation that I do recommend is the L'Oreal True Match, and this is the one that I think was one of my first foundations I ever used. I go back to it all the time. I'm in W4. I can go up to W5 if I get more tanned. This foundation is just insane. It's what I'm wearing on my skin today, mixed with the Match Perfection from Rimmel. This is not a full coverage foundation. It's medium buildable. 2 layers. It's definitely a little bit more full coverage. So that's why I recommend it to beginners, because you can build it up. Whereas if you go in straight away with a full coverage foundation, you know, you can't take coverage away and it might just look a bit too much. And concealers, to hide those demons. There's 2 reasons you would use concealers. One is to cover up any imperfections on the skin, like spots or blemishes. Number 2 is to brighten up underneath the eye. I recommend this one for both purposes, and this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is my favorite concealer. I use it under my eyes, I use it on spots, I use it to contour in darker shades, I use it for everything. When people say to me, what colour are you in the LA Girl Pro? I think I have every single colour that there is for my skin type. I have nearly every colour. Again, not technically something you can get in the drugstore here in Ireland, but it is something that you can get really easily online, and shipping is next to nothing. I mean, I buy mine on eBay or Beauty Joint. They're the 2 places that I get it. It is the best concealer and one that I highly recommend. And setting your makeup is one of the most important things to stopping any oils coming through, making your foundation last a little bit longer, keeping it matte if that's the look that you're going for. For me, I have a very oily T-zone, so keeping myself matte is very important to me. And the one that I have used for years now is the Rimmel Stay Matte, and I go back to it constantly. I'm always repurchasing it, always make sure I have it. It is just the be all and end all for me. It comes in a load of different colours. I am 005 Silky Beige. It's just my favourite pressed powder ever, and one that I highly recommend. For a beginner or someone who's just starting off their makeup kit, I would usually recommend a matte bronzer. 2 bronzing products that I do recommend. This one here is from Sleek. This is their bronzing duo, so it has a highlighter and a bronzer. And the other product I recommend is the new Rimmel bronzing, blush and highlighting trio. So you get 3 face products in this and you get 2 in this one. So this is why I recommend these kits. They're totally inexpensive. I mean, the best products that you could get your hands on. This comes in 3 different shades, and this one comes in, I think, 4, maybe 5. There is a contouring colour for everybody. I definitely highly recommend either one of those products because you're getting more bang for your buck. The final thing I do want to recommend for the face are blushes, and again, if you're going with the Rimmel one, then you don't necessarily need to go with any other blushes, but ones that I do recommend are the Sleek blushes. This one here I have is in Rose Gold. This gorgeous shimmery kind of peachy pinky blush, perfect on every single skin tone. These are so pigmented. This blush from Sleek is Suede, and this is the one that I do recommend to most people because it is perfect for most complexions. It's really buildable, and it's matte as well, so you're not gonna go too crazy with kind of like a peachy brown almost. These Sleek blushes are available in Boots, and you can buy them online, and they're like €5. They're next to nothing. I will try and put the prices of everything down below. So next I'm going to move on to the eyes, and this is kind of an area that really overwhelmed me when I first began makeup. I didn't know what sort of products I needed to be getting. What colours do you match together? What's a transition colour? What do I need to be putting on my eyes to match my eyes? Do I match my eyeshadow to my outfit? All these different things. It just overwhelmed me so much. Again, like with the face, I do recommend priming. One of the best primers I've ever found from the drugstore is the Catrice Prime and Fine. You can buy it at most Catrice stands. Catrice is sold in pennies. It's so like the primer potion from Urban Decay, and it just looks like that. What you need this for is prolonging your eyeshadow, stopping your eyeshadow from creasing, and stopping all the colours from merging and blending and everything into one another. Definitely an eyeshadow base is one of the highest recommended things I could recommend on this list. The palettes that I do recommend are these sleek palettes. These are amazing, guys. You get 12 shadows in each, and they're the Eye Divine palettes. Just look at them. They're beautiful. The things that I like about these is there's matte shadows in every single palette. This was the first one that I ever got. This is the Also Special one, and they're all so beautiful and so easy to use. And like I said, there's a matte shadow in all of them that you could literally just use in your crease and then you're good to go. They cost €10, guys. So if you are a beginner or you're just starting out with makeup and you want to kind of build up your kit, definitely go with the sleek eyeshadows. They're the best ones that I do recommend. Other than that, ones that are a little bit harder to get would be the Morphe ones. This is the 35K palette. I actually use this on my eyes today. Beautiful, beautiful palette. There is 35 shadows in it, so loads of choice. You can buy Morphe on Beauty Joint. Then for eyeliner, guys, pencils. You just can't go wrong with pencils. And the eyeliner pencils I recommend are these ones. These are from Rimmel. They're just Scandalized. I have a nude one here and then their bronze one. I actually used that one today. The nude one is great at just applying into the waterline, just opening up your eyes. I do recommend going with pencils for beginner, and especially in the waterline, or if you're doing any pencil on the top of your eyes. They're the easiest to control, they're really easy to blend out, and they'd be great to use as bases as well, and I do highly recommend them. If you do feel comfortable enough to go with something like a gel liner or a liquid liner, the Rimmel Exaggerate liner, this is the waterproof one, and I actually do recommend this one because the wand on it is really easy to control, and it's really black as well. If you feel a little bit more comfortable, you want to move away from the pencils, but you're not quite sure that you want to go onto liquid, definitely go with gel, is the Rimmel gel liner. This costs like €3 or €4. It's so inexpensive. There is a waterproof option, so if you are putting it in your waterline, it's not gonna budge. I can't stand my own brows. The products that did help me when I was growing up, and especially when I first got into makeup, was the Rimmel eyebrow pencil. This is the first eyebrow product I ever used. I think my mom picked this up for me. A pencil, self-explanatory, with a little spoolie on it to brush through your brows. It's kind of easy, and that's why I do recommend it, because you can't go wrong with it and you're not going to make too many mistakes with it, and you're not going to get like harsh brows. Another product I do recommend for your brows, but is not essential, it's just a brow plumper, and you've seen these before, I'm sure. It just looks like a mascara wand, but it's smaller. This is the L'Oreal Brow Artiste. If you don't want to go with something like a pencil, maybe you have great brows and there's no sparsity in them, then you can use something like this to just run through your brows. It just fills in the hair and just kind of darkens them slightly. It won't add product into any gaps because it needs the hair to grab onto, but it is a good product if you are beginning and you do have great brows and you just want to intensify them or darken them or kind of make them stand out a bit better. And finally, for eyes, mascara. Oh, I go through so many mascaras, but my favorite ones are the L'Oreal ones, but I'm not going to mention them because L'Oreal mascaras can get up to about €16. That's not cheap, especially if you're starting out with makeup. But this one, however, is one that I only recently started using and I'm loving it. It's the Essence Get Big Lashes. Yeah. So it gives you like in your face lashes. I used it today. Now obviously it doesn't give you false lashes, I have fake lashes on, but it does give you beautiful big lashes, really full, and it's something that I do recommend to beginners because it's €2 or €3. It's so inexpensive. I know when you are starting out with makeup, a lot of the makeup can, you know, it seems affordable in the beginning, and then you get to like the tail or something, you're like, wow, I've spent like €50 on makeup and all I have is 4 products. So makeup does creep up, and that's why I don't recommend going with the L'Oreal ones to start. That is definitely the one that I recommend the most because it is the most affordable. For lip products, I usually don't recommend going cray with lip products, especially lip liners, because they can look a bit much sometimes, lip liners. But I do recommend glosses, and my favorite glosses of all time are the NYX Butter Lip Glosses. I love these. Hickeys and Henry Street was actually the last NYX that I was in, and I picked up actually another one of these Butter Lip Glosses, believe it or not, in Creme Brulee. Top one here is Maple Blondie, and then this is Eclair. They smell amazing, they apply beautifully, they're great lip glosses, and they're quite pigmented. They're not the sheerest products on the market, which is great because you get a little bit of colour of them. And if you do really want to go and branch out into lipsticks, then the Wet n Wild lipsticks, you cannot go wrong with them. This one is Bare It All. It's my favourite one. It's beautiful. I did a lip swatch video of all my Wet n Wild lipsticks, which I will link down below. Wet n Wild lipsticks cost €2 or €3. They're so inexpensive. They're really easy to apply. They last ages on the lips. Like, for a cheap brand, they last ages, and some of the darker colours even stain your lips. If you do want to go down to the lip liner route, I would go with the Rimmel Extravagant lip liners because they're the easiest to control. Do practice with your lip liners because you can end up looking like there's a bit too much lip liner going on around the mouth, and that's not something that we want to achieve. So guys, I hope I helped you with this makeup beginners products list. Also, if you want a list of all the products that I did mention today, do check down the down bar, and I'll try and put links to some of them as well. Also, get yourself a good makeup bag and try and keep your makeup as safe because that'll make it last even longer. I will do a whole makeup brush essentials for a beginner. If you want to see that video, please let me know. Thank you so much guys for watching. I had so many products in this. I hope that I wasn't too overwhelming. I will talk to you in my next video. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye!